Yeah, you only regret the things you didn't do.
The only way to guarantee failure is not doing it.
Welcome to the Gem Podcast. Hosted by Kwok. Gav is a millennial entrepreneur and digital nomad who went from broke college student to financial freedom in less than 3 months. This is the Gem Podcast. And this is Kwok.
All right, yo, what is up? I'm here today with my friend Jjcdoerksen. Did I say that right?
No, Jjcdoerksen.
Jjcdoerksen, fuck. My bad, bro. How you doing, man?
You're good, man. You're good. I've been getting that since like second grade. Don't worry. So, man, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Pretty good. Stressed beyond belief. Senior year
man.
finishing up, managing business in school, and then that, man. How are you? Like with stress levels? You're out of school now, huh?
Yeah, bro. I graduated college back in December, but it's been a fun like 4 months, 5 months so far.
Traveling more than I ever have, bro. Hawaii, California, dude. You're making moves.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying, bro, but I mean, I wish I could kind of like I wish I could leave the country right now, but
Really?
I can't. Yeah.
Have you ever been out of the country?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I've been to like 20 countries, but yeah. But I mean, just low key brag now. Now let's talk about you, man. Okay. Like you're still in high school. Like you're 17, 18. How old are you right now?
Yeah, I'll be 18 in June.
Okay, dope, man. Yeah, you're fucking young, man, and like, and you're doing pretty well, man. Like you're doing moves, so I respect that.
Thank you.
I guess. Yeah, so like for those who like might not know your story, like take us back like before you were doing what you're doing. Like how did this like entrepreneurship journey like all start for you? Like tell us about like your childhood, maybe a bit of your upbringing.
Okay, so my early childhood, I always really wanted to do something different, and I really wanted a job, although I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I remember when I was really little, I wanted to play professional baseball, and then a year later, I wanted to be a rock star. And that went on for a few years. Then I wanted to be a professional hockey player. And then I got into boxing and then wanted to be a professional boxer. But at the same time, I wanted to have a promotional business and have companies on the side. So there's always like a business theme throughout the entire time, but there's always just wanted to do something outside the box. And so then I was really dedicating myself to boxing for a long time. And at that point, I think I was 15 when I took that up, maybe 14. And then I was dedicating myself to that, and I was actually starting to learn a little bit about business on the side. Took a business class in my high school, and then what actually happened, it's kind of like an emotional story for me, is that my coach ended up passing away. Kidney failure and liver failure. I was 16 at the time, I think. Yeah, I was 16. Passed away, and then one of my main goals at that point was to try and win nationals for him, and I was super undermatched. I wasn't amazing. I wasn't that great. I'd never been to a national tournament or anything like that before, but that was my goal. So I was working hard at that. Ended up getting a concussion. That was really bad at sparring. I sparred somebody who had 100 plus more fights than me, outweighed me by 40 pounds, was 10 years older than me. Really bad concussion. That ended everything. So then I was kind of depressed and in a rut. And then just through my business class, my friend showed me this thing called drop shipping. Started that, made a bunch of money, lost a bunch of money. And then that's pretty much what started everything. That was like a year and a half ago now at this point, almost 2 years.
Shit, man. That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Damn. So you were okay. So you did boxing for. You said you started at like 15, 14.
Yeah. I think I started at 14, and then I did that until 16.
Okay, shit. So you did for like 2 years, like hardcore, and like you did nationals. Okay, good shit, man. So you're like super focused and like super committed to boxing during that time, right?
Yeah. 2-hour workouts every day after school, waking up at 5 a.m. to run, and then dieting super hard. And then if I had the chance to, I'd do another workout after that later in the evening.
It's awesome,
and then
man.
During summer, it was 2 or 3 times a day. It's crazy.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know if like you knew this, but or if I talked about it, but like I used to play tennis competitively as well when I was younger.
I think I remember you telling me about that once. Or I think I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah. like I kind of like did it maybe even more hardcore than you, because like I was training like if I wasn't in school, I was literally just tennis. Yeah, it was like tennis, school, and I was like, I think I was practicing like 8 hours a day, even with school.
Jeez.
You know, yeah, you know, I don't
How
even
long did
know
you
how
play
that's
for?
possible. What?
How long did you play for?
Okay, so I started when I think I first picked up a tennis racket when I was like 5 or 6, and then I didn't like play competitively. Like started playing competitively until I was about like 12, and then I fucking like took it seriously then. And then for the next like few years, I was like just doing hardcore, and uh, yeah, like I ended up playing like nationals, like international like tournaments and stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
but
shoot.
yeah, but like I know like I can relate to like your like story of like taking a sport seriously and like training, and it's a lot of work. But like it
And just
teaches you
losing it
like
all.
yeah, and then like I lost it all as well. So like yeah, I mean I have my own story about that, but I don't want to talk about myself too much about that
Yeah.
in this podcast, But yeah, no, I can really relate to that, and like I feel like playing like a sport, like we have like we can like I feel like we have like competitive nature by default from
Oh yeah, for
playing a
sure.
sport seriously,
That translates to other areas of your life too. Everything.
hmm hmm Like yeah, like when you play a sport, like it teaches you so many things. Like it teaches you like determination, persistence, like being competitively, like fucking like and just like always like going for it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
100%. I'm almost too competitive sometimes.
hmm
Dude, like
Yeah,
even just playing like a game, just like a game with friends, I'm too competitive. Even if it's just like a card game or something like that, I'm ready to just
hmm
flip the table over if I lose.
dude, I used to actually have like anger management problems when I used to play.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. Because well, mine was more from brain damage, but it got yeah, it was pretty bad at the time. Now I'm better. It was brain damage from so anger management, and I'd slur my words a little bit, stutter, crap ton. It's hard for me to speak sometimes. It was bad.
Shit, man. Fuck. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
did boxing and like Muay Thai for like a little bit back in high school. Um,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
never tried Muay Thai or kickboxing or anything like that, but once I move down to LA, I'm gonna take up boxing again because I'll have more time. I'm gonna just do training though, not competing, and then I'm gonna probably take up jujitsu too.
hmm Yeah, no, honestly, like martial arts in general is like I feel like extremely beneficial. So like
Oh,
anyone who
100%.
does it,
It also not even just
because
the competitive nature. It helps you like get over the fear of stuff.
hmm
Because every time you're
yeah,
going to compete against somebody, you have those butterflies in your stomach.
yeah. I remember when I used to spar with people, like fuck, like especially like all these people like were better than me when I first started, and I'll be like, fuck, I'm gonna like get kicked in the fucking like shins and like in the stomach, like I'm just gonna get fucking
Yeah.
wrecked. And like the first time, like if anyone's never been punched in the face before, like I didn't when I first started, like that first time you get like fucking like clocked, like clean clock, it's like oh, it's like it like stuns you. It's like or
Oh
like
yeah.
when you get like the wind knocked out of you from like a really hard punch to the stomach, like
Oh yeah.
that's like something, and like I'd never experienced that before.
What's
Before
even
doing
worse
that.
than what's even worse is your first cheap shot to the balls. Guaranteed.
Oh
That's
shit, Jesus, nah, I've never
I
got
still
that.
remember that, bro. I was fighting at 140 pounds, sparring a guy who weighed 200 pounds. He was about 20 years old. I was 15, and it took a clean shot right below the waist.
Jesus,
Horrible. Horrible.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But nah, like yeah. But I mean, yeah. I mean, in general, just like sports, just like teaches you so much, and like it teaches you to like learn a skill, because like sports are just skills, and like
Oh
you
yeah.
translate over to like business. Like I like what what are you doing currently? Because I know you have a podcast, but I haven't talked to you too much about what else you're doing.
Yeah, so I have a podcast called the Journey to Success podcast. Basically, just interview people about their journey to whatever they call success, whatever their definition of success is, and just talking about their journey so far, what they've learned, and what their plans are for the future. And then I also have a social media marketing agency called JLT Media, and basically work with businesses in the fitness space to bring them more clients, more leads, more customers with social media marketing, and then looking to branch out in the future to working with artists and rappers and musicians to try and get their music out there and help them promote that.
That's awesome. Okay, so for like the audience who like doesn't know, like, can you talk about like what is social media marketing agency and like all that, like SMMA, pretty much? Like, can you
Yeah,
talk
for
about the
sure.
business model?
Yeah, so SMMA is basically like a service business, business to business model where like you are working with another business. You basically go in, you're going to handle their marketing, whatever service you're doing. So you can be doing their Instagram management, their Facebook. You can be doing Facebook ads, even some like Snapchat ads, Instagram ads, advertisements on pretty much any social media platform. You can even be doing stuff like landing pages or cold emails or video creation or content creation or something like that. So basically, you are an outsourcer working on their business from the outside and helping them bring in more customers, more leads, basically just growing their business from the outside.
All right. Shit. Dope, man. Yeah, like, cause I mean, I've definitely heard of like SMA and like I know like how it works, but like I've never really like done it myself. So it's interesting because I think, yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to someone who's like actually like seriously doing it as like their business model.
Really?
Because like, yeah, I know about like in person anyway. Like I haven't talked to anyone in person about them
I
doing
thought that
it
was crazy
because
because it seems like
yeah.
everybody's doing SMMA now.
Yeah, I mean,
It seems
because like Ty
everybody is.
Lopez and shit, and like, who's that one guy? I was like listening to this episode of like Fashion Few recently, and there's a guy called like Nosh or something. He's like this like 17, no, he's like 19 years old, and he has like $1 million like SMA company.
Are you talking about Iman?
Is it? It might be Iman. Yeah, it might be.
Iman Gadzhi? Is he British?
Yeah, yeah, Gotsi.
Yeah,
Gotsi.
Iman. Yeah.
That's so, yeah. I got the name wrong, but yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, I think I don't know why when you said Nosh, it rung a bell. I feel like I've heard of somebody. I don't know, but yeah, I think you're talking about Iman.
Yeah, Iman. Yeah, I got his name wrong. That was
You're
it.
good.
Did you see that? Did you see that episode? Because that was a
Which
really good
one?
episode. It was The Passion of You.
I saw that he got interviewed on there, but I haven't watched it yet. I was going
That
to.
was that was fire. Yeah, like I learned a lot of shit. And
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of their episodes, a lot of the Passion of You more often. I watched, what was it, when I got my wisdom teeth out, I was like streaming that marathon and I watched like the Ed Milet Grant Cardone one, Sam Bakhtiar, what's that guy's name? Manny something. He's got the huge car collection with like the Bugatti and
yeah. That guy's
Manny.
I
I can't
did his
remember.
last name. Yeah. Yeah, but like that guy's a baller. Yeah, like that's actually a really good resource for people to like look into
100%.
because like you learn so much shit. And, like you learn about like and like those are like long ass fucking like videos as well. Like those are like
Oh yeah,
2 hour, 2.5 hour like complete fucking story videos. But
for real.
yeah, man. Yeah. So how's your SMA doing? You killing it right now, or how are you doing?
Honestly, things have been slow right now just with managing everything with school. Because even with me and my business partner, we have two of us. It's still hard to get everything done in school, and that's like one of the biggest struggles we're running into right now. Because senior year is wrapping up, finals, graduation. I'm honestly really behind on all my stuff at school, just because I did not prioritize it at all the first half of the semester. So just picking up the pieces right now. So honestly, not really being able to put as much work into it as I want. So we're trying to focus a lot right now on just building a team so that we can finish off the school year strong and then have summer have a strong base. So we're trying to build out a sales team right now and then also building out a marketing team right now. So that's basically what we're working on. So my business partner is mostly managing the sales side of everything, managing the sales team and helping with outreach. And then I'm working on training everybody on our marketing department.
All right,
That's
dude.
what we're working on right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, like I feel like that's definitely important. And it's like it's hard to like balance like say like school and business.
100%. You and I both know that firsthand.
Yeah, but like like for me the when I like took business like extremely seriously and I was like I was still in college, I was like fucking senior year. I think I literally went from like 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 straight A student pretty much to like all like C's, D's, and almost failing when I like took business seriously because like
Yeah,
I think I this in one of my podcasts, but like I'll literally go to class for like 8 hours and I'll just do 8 hours of fucking drop shipping, and like just get the fucking attendance points and that's it, like
honestly. Like
yeah.
okay, so my grades were almost perfect throughout high school, like straight A's every year. Last year, then I got a couple C's, and this year I have a C minus in my calc class right now, like 71%, just looking to survive right now. And then I got a test next week that's worth about 35% of my grade, I'm just looking like to stay above water right now, bro.
hmm Yeah, like that's what I was trying to do when like for those like listening, like when you're like trying to start a business and you're like you're still in school, like you gotta like you have to like not feel bad that you're prioritizing your business over school because like your business is like everything. Like if you succeed in your business, like you don't fucking need school. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like like college, like and like high school, like of course like you need to like graduate, hopefully. Well, actually you don't even need to, honestly, if you're like a business making you like, like 20K plus a month and you're gonna scale it, and then it doesn't even make sense for you to even be at school at that point, right?
Yeah.
But like I say like people, but I still say that like if you can go to like college, and still do high school, without it affecting your business too much, then you should like still do it because you can still like have a lot of experiences outside of the classroom that I feel is like extremely beneficial to you as a person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to college still at the same time. One, I just can't justify not going based on my current income because I'm not making anything I'm even close to satisfied with. And then two, just because it's an experience. I mean, it's not, college isn't completely useless, and I feel like it gets a bad rap for that. Because especially because so many people, it almost gives them a sense of taking risks that they didn't have before and being put in situations that they haven't been before with social settings and then work and all that. I feel like a lot of people need that. Although it's definitely isn't for everybody, that's for sure.
Definitely not. And here's the thing, like, I mean, I fucking like, I honestly like shit on college a lot, but like, I mean,
Yeah.
I went to fucking college, like, and I don't really regret it because like, dude, I learned so much stuff, and it wasn't even the fun classes. Like, classes are fucking bullshit in college, like, unless you're like doing like STEM or something. But like, I didn't learn shit from class, to be honest. I'm just being 100% real here. But I learned
Yeah.
so much shit outside of class that it was like ridiculous. Like, I had so many fucking awesome experiences with people, and like I developed my social skills extremely effectively in college. Like that was like my main fucking goal in college, like
Yeah.
to learn like social skills. Because like I grew up as like pretty shy kid, and I never really
Same.
talked to people. You know,
Yeah.
like yeah, man.
I
Like
get,
I literally was like a wallflower, like in fucking like early high school.
yeah, I agree with that 100%, dude. I vibe with that 100% too, because I don't know what it is, but I've always been an introvert up until really this last year. And I think I know what it was, but I'm not 100% sure. So like I was in a relationship for about 2 years, got out of that, and it wasn't necessarily the most healthy relationship, honestly. It's gonna suck if she's listening right now, which is good, but it honestly
It's
just
fine,
wasn't
man.
healthy. And then as soon as that ended, it's like something clicked in my brain and just rewired. And now it's so much easier for me to talk to people. I'll talk to anybody on the street. I'll talk if there's a girl over there, I'll go talk to her. If there's somebody over there that is lonely, I'll go talk to them. It's just like rewired my brain, and like the social skills just came out of nowhere.
Maybe
I
she was
know,
dragging you
actually,
down, man.
I don't know, man. I know it's your podcast, but I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
What can somebody do to make the most out of college if they're going?
Okay.
I want to hear your opinion on it.
Okay, because you're going to college, so it's kind of a selfish
Yeah.
question, but I like it. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
yeah,
it.
but there's going to be other people out there, that's for sure.
That's true. Okay, so
Definitely a younger audience listening, probably.
definitely. Okay, so if you're in college or you're gonna be going to college, here's my advice. If you're gonna be going to college, just strictly, like to make money, like take the easiest fucking major and work on like a business. Honestly, like I'd like go into maybe like psychology or something, so you can like at least get some value out of it. Psychology or marketing or like sales. Like do one of like those three majors. I say if you're trying to like be an entrepreneur in business, and then because like those majors aren't that hard, honestly. And then focus all your
Yeah.
time on business. But also when in college, man, like fucking do shit. Like don't fucking like stay in your room the entire time. Like go out, fucking talk to as many people as you can, develop your social skills, like fucking go to events, do stuff, do fun shit. Like you're not gonna remember like the fucking nights you spend in the library fucking for like 8 hours a fucking day. Like you're only gonna remember like the times you fucking had with like the people you met and like the awesome experiences that you had, like
You
even
might
if
not
you're
remember the parties at the same time, though.
maybe, but like, yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe, but like, I mean, here's the thing, man. It's just like if you are gonna go to college and you're dead set on it, and there's nothing that like anyone can say to change your mind, like fucking have fun, like like my college career is over, but like I don't remember a single fucking thing I studied, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I spent probably like thousands of hours in the library or whatever the fuck, like studying for fucking bullshit tests that you forget the next day, or like writing a useless fucking paper. But like, dude, you don't remember that shit, dude. Like, I can tell you after like my 4.5 years of college, man, like you don't remember a single time you spent studying. Like literally the only memories I can think of in college is like the fucking trips I took with like my best friends and like yeah, like the trips and like the nights out that you spend and I don't know, man. Like honestly, man,
What
and
do you
like
major
also I was a real estate and entrepreneurship major. Yeah.
in? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. But like, and also here's the thing, girls as well. I mean, like, if you're gonna be going to a large like state college or 4-year university, um, girls are definitely a plus. I would definitely, I would definitely recommend. What's the word to take lightly here? I'd say test out the waters, if you know what I mean. You know. you know. I say, yeah, I do not recommend being in a relationship in college. And I'd say here's to put lightly, like find out what you like in a girl. You know, like I honestly was kind of, let's just say I was kind of, I was a water tester. Yeah, I tested a lot of waters in college. Now, I mean, to be frank, I'm gonna fuck it. My podcast is like no bullshit. I was kind of like man slut, to be honest. Like I was seeing a lot of girls, and like I didn't give a fuck, like whether it's one night stands or like casual relationships. Like, dude, like I recommend like dating as many girls as possible, like in college, because you'll never be around like that many like I guess like girls who are like your age with like common interests, and like I don't even know if I should be talking about this in my podcast, but like girls in college are very curious. Like they're like for the first time in like their life, they're like very like they're out of like the house and they're like in their own environment, and they're like free to like do what the fuck they want, whether that's yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I recommend just like fucking like dating as many girls as possible, honestly, and like maybe after college, like I can find a girlfriend or something. But like I will say that
it's about finding yourself and finding what you need in life, what you want. That's what college is really about.
Exactly, it's like finding yourself, man. Like you learn a lot of shit in college. Like I learned a lot of shit about myself. I met a lot of cool people, whether it was like guys, girls, or whatever. Like, and I'm not telling you like people to be a fucking man slut or whatever, or like just sleep around and shit. I'm not saying that, but like I mean, just like be open minded and like just like be open minded and just date a few people and like see what you like in person. Because I met a lot of cool girls. I'm not like treating girls like fucking trash or some shit. Like I'm not manipulating girls or anything. Just be always honest, always upfront, like with girls, and always state your intentions. Always be honest, like just say whatever. Like I'm not looking for anything. And like, dude, like I think like 99.99% of the time, the girls are okay with it as long as you're being honest about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the most of it right now already. I'm majoring in entrepreneurship, and it's honestly kind of funny because the business professor or the entrepreneur professor actually knows something. He's actually like, he didn't just go to school and then become a professor. Like he actually, I don't even know if he went to school or not, but he then started a salad. I think his sister made a salad dressing company, and he's like, he's made a salad dressing. He's like, oh, yo, this is hella good. So then he started bottling that and selling it. Ended up exiting the company and selling it for 30 mil, and then started another company. I'm not sure what it was, and then sold it for 90 mil. And I think he lost it all. I'm not sure, and that's why he's teaching. But who knows? But yeah, it's actually a professor actually knows something. And then I'm getting together a bunch of people that are majoring in entrepreneurship that actually are already in business and make like a little mastermind group that we're going to meet every week and help each other level up pretty much. We're just trying to make the most of it.
Fuck yeah. Like that. I actually love that, man. Because like I don't know if you know this, but like my first year in college, like I was actually like a fucking pre-med major. So I was like doing
really?
Yeah, I wasn't even in business. And then
when did you switch?
Dude, I didn't want to fucking be a doctor. Like, no offense to doctors, but like, that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like we need doctors, but I was just doing it for the money. And I feel like if you're a doctor, you shouldn't be doing it for the money at all.
100% not. It's not something I would enjoy, that's for sure. I know that.
Yeah. like the amount of time and commitment you have to put into becoming a doctor, like you should only do that if you actually want to help people in that way.
Yeah, and the average doctor is broke, honestly, because they try to fill that status symbol like, yo, I'm a doctor. I drive a Mercedes S-Class. I got this nice house. And they end up just being broke after that, living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, but like I really respect the profession, but it's just like it's definitely not definitely if anyone's because I knew so many people that want to become doctors for like the wrong reasons. Like don't fucking do it for the money. Like only do it if you're fucking like actually want to do it and you're passionate about like the medical field and helping and saving lives or whatever the fuck you want to do.
That's any
like,
career too, man. Like
yeah,
take the doc and pay if it's something you really want to do. There's other ways to make money on the side, but chase the career that you're passionate about, right?
Right. Like here's my advice. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you want to? You want to go first?
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, like, my advice is like, if you are gonna be in college, like, either pick a fucking career that you're passionate about, like, truly passionate about, or like, if you like, or if like you're not like passionate about it, like, just like pick a fucking easy major and like start a business. Like, if you're just trying to do it for the money, like,
yeah.
Like you should only be in college if you're like doing a career that you're passionate about.
Passion is what's really gonna get you through some of those lows. I mean, there's gonna be days where you're gonna want to get out of the bed. You're not gonna want to get out of bed, and there's gonna be no dollar amount that's gonna make you get out of bed. But it's the passion that's gonna get you past that point. I mean, I would rather have my own business making me $10,000 a month than work a job for somebody where I have to work 12 hours a day and it's not something I'm passionate about. I'm making $100,000 a month. I'd definitely rather have my own business because it's something I'm passionate about. I have the time freedom, which is important to me. I'm going to be able to see my family, which is important to me. I'm going to be able to travel, which is important to me. And it's all just about like your priorities. And it's proven scientifically that like once you hit a salary of $95,000 a year, once you go above that, your happiness doesn't increase. It's the stuff outside of that, the commitments you have, the purpose you have. That's what's going to raise your happiness beyond that point. So you have to have that purpose and that passion, I think.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like as soon as like your basic needs are covered, like, and like you kind of like have the time, like having more money doesn't make you much happier unless you're like some weird person who gets off on having like more money, like in the bank. Do. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, like for me, like my I guess like my true goal was just have the freedom like to like do what I want, like having time freedom, like financial freedom, like to like kind of do what you want when you want with who you want.
Yeah, I want to be able to do that, but then like I definitely want money, 100%. Obviously, I want to be stable. I want to enjoy nicer things in life and not have to worry about anything. But I mean, the main end goal is to help people, in my opinion, at least for me, is to have the freedom and make sure my family lives a great, amazing, happy life, and then also just to help people in the end.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, as soon as like here's the thing, like I've noticed it, especially for like me, like when I started making money and like I had all my like basic needs taken care of, and I could like just travel and like do whatever. Like I honestly got like really like unmotivated for a little bit to like make more money because I was like, what? Like, if I'm making like 50K a month, like why do I need to make like 100, 200, 1 mil a month or whatever the fuck? Like I need to like find it like a better reason, and I can do why. And I feel like this is kind of like what I'm doing with the podcast. Like I get a lot more like I guess fulfillment like out of like helping people because like I actually have a lot of people that message me on my Instagram and like DM me and they're like, hey, can you like mentor me or something? But like I can't spend a whole day like mentoring every single person that like messages me for like free because like I've got other things to do. Like it's not like I just sit around all day and like do nothing like with nothing bad to do. But like like I get a lot more fulfillment out of just helping people, honestly, and like
100%,
and like impacting like people's lives as well. And like I never really believed that until I actually started doing it. It's like one of those concepts you hear about, but you don't understand it unless you do it.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. And that's like the end goal. Like I vibe with what you're saying. Like if you're making a certain amount, why do you need to make a certain amount more? It's like if you have an end goal, like maybe you want to help certain people in a certain way and that requires the money, like you're going to keep pushing because you want to hit that goal for a reason that's bigger than yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, yeah. If, because like what you're saying is like, it's like people with more money have like more resources to help people,
Yeah.
you know? Like a person who's only making like, 50, 60K like a year can't really help anyone. Like they can barely cover like the basic needs. But someone who's making like, 50, 60 mil a year has a lot more, like it can have a lot more impact on like
100%.
a lot more people. Like I
I,
think, yeah.
I don't know if you saw what I posted on my story like a day or two ago. I'm trying to pull it up right now. It was something my mentor posted on his story like a month ago, and I screenshot and I just saw it, so I reposted it. And it says, there's a narrative that's being told on our planet that you don't need to make a lot of money. My narrative is yes, you do. One, because who's going to help Susan next door when she gets cancer? Two, who's going to help that church fund their mission? Three, who's going to invest into that company that's trying to end hunger across the planet? Like if you have that money, you're able to make you're able to make an impact, and you're able to help people who may not have the money or may not have the resources and may need it.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, that's like the fucking, yeah, that's good shit. But anyways, let's like switch the topic a little bit because like I feel like I'm talking too much about myself.
It's cool, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So like you started SMA. Let's go back to SMA because that's like your main thing. Like, did you
Yeah.
start last year or when you started?
Uh. Okay. So in my, I have a, so for my school, I have my high school and then I have my career school, which basically like a big class of a bunch of different labs that pools from about like 10 schools in the county. And so there's like different career pathways. So I did a business finance one last year. I do a marketing entrepreneurship one this year. Last year we had a project where we had to make our own little startup business with low startup funds that we can just start right away. And so some people did like making slime or something like that. But I said, screw it, let's do a marketing agency. So I did that with my business partner who's in the class. And I think that was April, I want to say. April. But then after that, it took us 7 months to even get our first client. So at that point in November is when we were really like an actual agency.
Okay. All right. Sweet. So okay. So if someone wanted to like start an SMA social media marketing agency like today, like what's like a quick like say like 2 minute summary of like how would you start it?
Okay, so well, the first thing you need to do is develop the skills. I mean, you need to actually have something to sell in order to, you need to actually be able to have something that you can provide in exchange for the money. And other people say, oh no, just worry about selling first, learn it later. I disagree with that completely because if you don't believe in what you're selling, you're not going to be able to sell it. And you may get a sale, but your conversion rate's going to be lower, and then you're not going to have the confidence going into it. You're going to ask for less money. Your business is going to be less successful if you don't know the skills up front. And it's always possible to outsource it in the beginning too. I mean, that's the way you can go around it about it as well, but you're going to have less money coming in at the same time. So either learn the skills or find somebody who knows the skills already. And the skill could be anything like just managing social media pages or doing email marketing or landing pages or Facebook ads, whatever it really is you want to provide as a service. And then really just go out and find businesses. I mean, you don't need to start with a certain niche right away. I mean, I'm moving more into going from pretty much any kind of business, directing more into like the fitness space of different, like mixture of gyms and meal planning businesses and e-commerce businesses. And there's just different niches you can go into, like something you're passionate about, which is what I'm trying to do. Or you can just go into something you're knowledgeable about. Like you studied real estate entrepreneurship in college. Maybe you know a little bit extra about real estate. And you can help out agents better than any other business. So then just go find who's got your money. Like Grant Cardone says, like who's got my money. Find whoever has it. Find your target market and just reach out to them.
So do you recommend like cold calling or just like all
I
the time?
I personally don't. So there's a variety of different outreach methods you can do, and we do a variety of them as well, just in my own agency. What I personally like to do is do something kind of like a warm call. So instead of just straight up cold calling somebody, where there's multiple downsides of it. I mean, the upside is that you can hammer out 100 cold calls and reach out to 100 businesses in a day, usually. However, if you position yourself as an expert instead of just a salesman, you're going to have better results. When somebody gets a cold call, they just picture somebody who's a scammer from, just like somebody asking them to enter in their social security number, saying that they're a Nigerian prince or something like that. That's what people picture usually when they get a cold call, honestly. But if you position yourself as an expert, they're more likely to listen to you, more likely to schedule a meeting. And so the way you do that is just by giving them a reason to trust you. And that can be just like with an email, an audit, a video, some way you reach out to them first and then call as if you're following up on that. And then you're going to be positioned as an expert and you're positioned as somebody who values their time because you emailed them earlier and you are giving them something of value. And then they're more likely to give you something of value in return. So that's definitely the better method as opposed to cold calling.
Okay, dope. I like that. It's a lot better for like a warm approach than a cold approach. Definitely.
100%. 100%.
Mm-hmm. So like for people when they first start like doing SMMA, would you recommend because I have heard things of what to do, but I just never have done SMMA. Like would you recommend like doing say like a free trial like for their business and then like charging them later if they want to continue? Or do you recommend just like how do you get like your first initial like few clients? Because like I feel like that is the hardest thing at first. Because like I've heard methods such as like you can just pop in and tell me if I'm wrong, but like I've heard that you should like do like a free trial for like one or two businesses at first and like prove your skills and that you can actually help them in some way and you can like prove the numbers like here, this is what's happening. Like before we were helping you, now this is like what's happening after, blah blah. And as soon as like you have those results, you can bring those into other businesses as well. And then you go like, here, this is what I've done for this business and this business, and this is what we can do for you as well. And then also for like the ones that you did free trials for, you can also just be like, hey, do you want to continue or not? Blah blah. But you're gonna be losing these, this outreach or whatever.
Yeah. So I hear a lot of people always knocking free trials, saying that no, I value my work too much. Blah blah blah. Like I don't do free trials. I think they're great, especially if you don't know how to do the work. Like you need to be confident that you can charge for something before you should actually charge for it. You need to actually have a tangible skill that's worth the money, and it's worth the money before you should charge somebody that. And so if you are new to the space, you're new to your service, 100%, I think you should do free trials. If you don't already have any experience of it in the past. And it's also great if you're just going into a new niche and you never really gotten results for that niche before, because you're going to get a case study. You're not going to have as much pressure on you. And it's a great way to get your foot in the door. And a lot of people argue that, you're going to do all that work and they may not sign with you. Yeah, that's true. But if you provide good enough service, that's not going to happen. They're going to sign with you if you can get them the results that they do not want to miss out on 99% of the time. So I definitely think they're great. I actually have not done a free trial in a few months. I actually I can't talk right now, man. I actually did do a few paid trials where it's basically just like half off or a quarter of the price for 2 weeks, as opposed to just doing a free trial for 2 weeks. But I definitely think free trials are a great way to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like that's definitely I think a method that what I just talked about. Like I feel like that's definitely what I'd do if I wanted to start SMA, probably. But anyways, I want to like I want to like shift the topic more because me, like I love mindset stuff, and I feel like that's like definitely the most important thing for someone that wants to like, get into entrepreneurship. I want to go into like what I think. Like I want to talk about like what do you think mindset is like for like someone who wants to like get into entrepreneurship. Like what would you like tell that person like to like kind of like change the mindset in like their life?
In one sense, my number one tip for that would be, and you can do it, man. I feel like a lot of how our society is right now, people are almost indoctrinated to believe that they can't achieve what they want to do. So like if I tell somebody some of my goals, they don't believe it's possible whatsoever. And that's why I almost think starting young is great, because you're not at that point yet. Once you hit a certain age, I feel like the school system and jobs, employers and family members and friends have kind of beat down your belief in yourself and beat down your self-belief to the point where you don't believe you can achieve the things you can. But I mean, if somebody else has done it, you can do it. And even if somebody else hasn't done it, it's still possible for you to do it because it's the first time for everything. So I think people just need to get into their head that their goals are possible. What they want to achieve is possible. And if somebody tells you it's not, 99% of the time, they are wrong, but they may not be telling you out of spite. They may be telling you out of love. So you need to understand also that the people who are telling you that you need to, I guess, pull back your dreams and not dream so big, they're also telling you out of love because they just don't want you to get hurt. So they're not meaning you harm at the same time, but still, I suggest not listening to them.
Okay, awesome. Like for you, like what made you like get into entrepreneurship in the first place? Was it like you always like sold candy bars when you were younger or something, or were you just like, or did you just like find out about it and like you saw it as a way to achieve like time freedom for yourself or something?
Well, when I was little, I always just wanted to be either my own boss or just not work a regular job. And what I did, I never really sold too much stuff when I was little. I did flip some stuff from garage sales. I did that all the way up from preteens to still do it now occasionally. But mostly it was just washing cars, mowing lawns, doing whatever it took to get money. Like if I go up to somebody and be like, hey, is there anything I can help you with? Like, okay, I'll clean out your garage for $50. Sounds good. Spend a few hours doing that. Okay. Oh, this person needs their car washed, wash their car. That was basically what I started with. And I still even do that sometimes too, because in all honesty, like keeping it 100, sometimes I still struggle. I mean, maybe I'll put money into an investment and it just doesn't work out. So then I need to go balls to the wall and figure out other ways to bring up some cash real quick. And then I'll have to go to all my neighbors still at this point and still try and wash their cars and still try to flip some stuff on Amazon, on eBay. Still, like, I still do that to this day.
That's good shit. Like, what are some like the biggest sacrifices like you've had to make so far? Like to like get your business to where it is.
Time, I'd say, in relationships. I put in a lot of time, like sacrificing almost all my free time. There was a point where I was sacrificing even the gym, my health, just to put in all the work. And, in hindsight now, I see that wasn't the way to go. And just by working out a lot more, my productivity is up and I'm getting more done in the same amount of time or less time. Yeah, mostly just time. And so I put less time in the gym. I put less time into my health, put less time into my relationships, my friendships. Lost a lot of friendships along the way. Put less time into my schoolwork, honestly, and just completely devoting myself to it at one point. And in hindsight, now it damaged a lot of the stuff beyond repair. But in hindsight, it's almost worked out because I've come back even stronger and better in the gym. I've made new relationships and new friendships that are even stronger than the last ones. And the business is better now. So I feel like you have to, even though the sacrifices suck and they are going to hurt, I mean, I feel like you still have to go through and do it because it's going to work out for you the better in the end.
I like that. Yeah, like people don't understand that like you have to make sacrifices. Like you can't just like have everything stay the same and then like you're just gonna like be successful,
Yeah.
You can't be doing what you were always doing and then you expect like a change in your life.
Yeah, life's about seasons too. I mean, there's seasons where you have to go all in on your business. There's seasons where you have to go all in on your faith or all in on your relationships or all in on your health or sometimes all in on your family. It all depends. I feel like life is just all about seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and what you're saying about like you kind of like sacrifice your health and like you stop going to the gym and stuff. Like I can relate to that a lot myself because like I did the exact same thing. Like I used to go to the gym like well I'm getting back to it now, but like before I started entrepreneurship and all this other shit, like I was going to the gym like every single fucking day. Like I think I was literally at like 5% body fat, like 180 pounds. And like, yeah, like I was like shredded, like, and I was like jacked and I took it like very seriously. And, and then as soon as like I started like doing entrepreneurship shit, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Fuck this shit. Like this thing went too much time. Like I'm going to just fucking go all in on business, blah, blah. And like, fuck it. Health doesn't fucking matter. Like I'm going to get like 4 hours of sleep a night as well. Like who cares a fuck as long as, I'm hustling and working But like, I feel like if I could go back and tell like my old self that, I would tell him that like to not really do that. I'd say like spend less time in the gym because I was spending an obnoxious amount. But
Yeah.
I'd say I'd say like at least go like a few times a week, like at least like 3 times a week, and go for like get like don't fuck around in the gym, just go for like 45 minutes or something. Like at least like do something, and then and also get enough sleep because like here's the thing, like going to the gym and sleeping, it makes you a lot more productive, honestly, and you're a lot more and you're a lot more efficient. Like you can get a lot more done in like those hours, just by having like that energy and that focus. Then
that's something I'm struggling with. Sleep.
mhm. Yeah, sleep is the big one.
Yeah, like I'm there right now though, where you were like spending an obnoxious amount of time at the gym because I'm doing the 75 hard challenge, and I gotta go. It's what is it? It's 7:48 right now here, and then after this I gotta go to the gym and work out for an hour, and then I gotta go do some more work, and then after that I gotta go do an outdoor workout for an hour after that, and then still try to get enough sleep. I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow, and it's just hard managing everything. But I feel like almost back to sacrifices. I'm sacrificing less important stuff for that, not
Mhm.
the more important stuff like health.
Yeah, like I say, sacrifice like anything besides I say health.
Yeah,
And honestly,
and
like I think sacrifice almost anything besides health. Yeah.
yeah. There's three things I won't sacrifice. So though I have everything in a certain order. So first is God and my faith. That takes
Okay.
priority over everything. Second is my family, and then I have close friends which are like my family. Like I will drop anything for them, like at a moment's notice. I'd literally take a bullet for a small group of people. And then after that is health, making sure my fitness is good, my diet, my sleep, everything. I want to make sure everything's good there. And then after that's my business and my wealth. I have everything in that
Okay.
order.
Okay. I okay. I understand, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna disagree like a little bit. Like I'm gonna say this. For like I can say personally for myself that when I like started doing like all this shit, like I sacrificed like almost everything, and like but it was like a little bit. I think a little bit different than in my situation than yours, because
Yeah.
like I don't know if you know this, but maybe like I didn't really have a faith or anything. I'm just
Mm.
agnostic right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I can't really like relate too much to that, and but I do have friends who are Christian and like they take it very seriously, so I can understand that. But and what was the second thing? Like family. Yeah,
Family.
family. Okay. So with the family part, I also didn't have like close relationship with like my parents. Like I still kept contact with my siblings, but like my parents, I'm sure you're very close with your parents and your siblings. And wait, how many siblings do you have?
I have three half sisters, but they're all minimum like 9 years older than me.
Okay. Are you guys close or no?
Yeah, I'm decent. I'm pretty close with all three of them for the most part.
Okay, for the most part. Okay. Well, uh, okay, this is gonna be like a very touchy subject, but like,
Of course.
and I'm just gonna be, like ask people to be like open minded, but like your parents, like in most people's situations, their parents like love them and like and like want the best for them, but like your parents might deter you from your goals and always question what you're doing when you're
Hmm.
starting like a business. I don't know if you've experienced this in your own life, but like, my parents, I think when I first started, like they told me not to do it, and they said it was all a scam, and that I was being retarded, and like all this other shit, and like and told me to like stop doing that shit and like focus on fucking whatever, like college or something. And they would always say that every time I would like say I'm working on it because I was working all the time, even on like breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was back home, and I'll be like, no, like I'm fucking doing this, like but like they're constantly like nagging, like it kind of like it fucks with you, uh, like it makes you less what's the word for it? Like it makes you less like focused. Like
Of course.
you can't put as much amount of energy when like the people around you are like fucking actively like telling you not to do it,
Of
instead
course.
of supporting you. But I don't know. Like I say to people that like are in that situation, like just like tell like, hey, like I'm gonna like tell your parents like have like one-on-one, like have a sit down with them and be like, hey, like this is really important to me and I really want to fucking do it. And like I really like appreciate if you guys could like support me while like I fucking like try to do this.
Mhm. I feel like it's the people that love you the most that can sometimes do the most damage to you, because they may be trying to tell you to back off, and maybe out of love or maybe out of spite. It could be for those two reasons. Maybe they don't want you to get hurt, they don't want you to mess up, or they don't want you doing better than them. So it could be the people that are close to you the most that could hurt you the most. And I feel like every relationship you have kind of has a purpose. So I have my friends that are my business friends, and I love just getting to bounce ideas off them. We help each other level up, and we have similar goals in mind. I have my friends that are centered around my faith, and they help keep me in check and all that. Those are my closest friends. I have friends that I love working out with. I feel like, and there's certain things I'll listen to some people on. So, like, for example, I would take advice on how to lift heavier. I take Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice on that 100%. But would I necessarily take relationship advice on him? From him? Probably not. Like, I listen to some things from certain people because everybody knows something good, but some things will nod my head, say yes, and then just not listen to that person if they're trying to tell me something from a certain subject.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like you only want to listen to like people who like are good at what like you're trying to learn from them. Like like what you're saying with like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like working out.
Yeah.
But like I'll tell you like from my personal experience that like I limited my interaction with pretty much like everyone that I knew that wasn't doing like entrepreneurship and business. Cause like and that's like one of the reasons why I was able to scale so fast. Cause first of all, I was working a lot, but like second, like I didn't have any distractions. I didn't have, whenever like someone would hit me out for a party or something, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, okay, whatever. Or like whenever like it sounds bad, but like I cut out a lot of like people that were like close to me at that time. And
Yeah.
and I was just like, yo, like I'm focused on this. Like, and like I mean it affected my it affected my relationship with them, but like I didn't give a fuck. Like those are like some of the sacrifices you have to fucking make. Because here's the thing, like even I talked about this in one of my previous episodes, but like you have to fucking like you have to limit your interaction with people that aren't doing that because it affects you. Every single influence in your life affects you in some way. And if you're spending like time like with someone, even if they're like they're cool, positive people, like it still like messes with like your focus. And you're also kind of like it sounds bad, but like you're wasting time. Like you could be like that like 1 hour you talk with like or 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours that you spend with that person. You could be working on your business. You could be listening to people who are making 7-8 figures. Like on like a fucking podcast or something. Like that's what I was doing. I was fucking spending 12 to 16 hours a day, and the entire time I was working, I was fucking listening to podcasts. I was listening to fucking like like YouTube videos, audiobooks, what the fuck, and I was only surrounding myself with thoughts of 7-8 figure, 9-figure people in my head for 12 to 16 hours a day for months. Like I wasn't spending time talking to people who were making 0 figures, like like all the fucking college students that I used to hang out with, like they're cool guys, but like, dude, like you can't be doing that if you want to like be successful fast, Just realize like if you're not going to be doing that, like you're going to be successful a lot slower. Like it's going to take you years instead of months to get to a good point. I'm just saying, like, like as it comes down to like what you want to sacrifice,
Yeah. And it all comes down also to the end goal, I think, at the same time. Like there are certain people where you don't have to cut out, but there are certain people you do. Like if somebody is a negative influence on you and they're constantly so like say that friend that you invited to that party, if you said, no man, I can't, and then he's like he gets mad at you about that and he starts going off on you saying like, why are you doing that? That's so pointless. That's definitely somebody you should be cutting out. But if it's somebody who still supports you in the end and they're a positive influence on you and they're benefiting you, the relationship's benefiting you, it may even not be financially, it could just be happiness, and that happiness could make you more motivated and more productive. Then I feel like it's worth sticking around. It's worth to have that person in your life. But it's just all about the ROI of each relationship. I think that ROI could be financial. It could be related to happiness. it all just depends. It all just depends on the end goal, I think.
Yeah, you have to be very calculating when you're first starting out. Like, if they don't help your business in some way, whether it's just like making you more productive or something, you just cut them the fuck out. Like, I'm being harsh here, but like, dude, you gotta fucking do it. Like, and I'm not spreading some like a marshmallow shit. Like, you gotta fucking do it. Because I know a lot of people that like don't do that, and I can see how it hinders them. Like, I literally know people that like have so much potential, but they literally like they waste too much time. Like, they're like, yeah, it sounds bad, like, but they waste too much time like talking with like their friends who aren't doing anything.
Yeah, you have to avoid those still people that are still broke, still complaining, still complacent, still wishing that their life was different, still placing the blame on others, still playing the victim. Those are people you need to avoid.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. I'll start ranting about that. but
You're good.
yeah. So like, what like drives you like every single day? Like what is your end goal? Is your end goal just like time freedom to spend with the people you love, or what?
So my biggest motivator is my future family, 100%. I just want to make sure that they are, just happy. They have a life that they don't have to worry about anything. Where my kids, I can send them to get them the best life they want, like take them on the best trips they want, where they don't have to worry about anything. Where my wife in the future, she has the freedom to work whatever job she wants to or own whatever business she wants to, or if she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the kids, she has totally enough freedom to do that. Just to where my life is centered around like the four bases of happiness things: health, wealth, love, and happiness. Where it's centered around those, I have all four of those figured out. But then my biggest goal I really want to have, business wise, or maybe not even business wise, I guess. I just want to really help people. I want to be the mentor that I wish I had when I was little. Like, I have them now almost. It's like my brother-in-law and my mentor Trenton. Those people have played such a pivotal role in my life, and I want to be that guy who's there to help the next generation of guys. The kids that are maybe like ages 8 to 17 or 18 or 20. The guy who's gonna help them figure out all areas of their life. So if they want to pick the right job or start the right business, I can personally help them with that, or like almost like just like a group mentor, like have my own inner circle of younger men where I can just help them in all aspects of life. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I have no clue. I want to be writing books. I want to be having a podcast in the future where it's directed specifically towards that. I have no clue how I'm gonna do it, but that's something I want to do. And my other end goal is I want to build at least 100 schools in third world countries, either through myself or through my company in the future. Just hand build, maybe not hand build myself, but just provide the funds that needed to build those schools in third world countries.
That's good shit, man. I like that.
Those are my goals.
I love that. Yeah, you got a little ways to go, but you got this.
Long ways to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like everything is like kind of like a stepping stone as well. Like for the position you're in, so like against like one of your end goals of like building like 100 schools. Like right now you're probably gonna have to focus on like SMMA, and then you might like use the capital that you get from that to move on to like another business, and like to eventually get to that point. And I can relate to that as like I've got like huge goals myself, and I see every single business that I do as just a stepping stone,
Yeah, I see is like the person I'm gonna need to transform into a different person to achieve all the different goals I have, whether that's financially, whether that's health wise, whether that's my social skills and all that. And I just think of everything that I want. So I pretty much have everything planned out. I have the cars I want in the future. I have the house I want in the future. I have the businesses I want to start. I have the goals I want to achieve. I have in my phone, in my notes, I've written down the 15 to 20 like characteristics of my perfect ideal wife that I want to have. And so then I just have to think, is what I'm doing right now, is that going to get me to that point? And what's the type of person that I'm going to have to be to achieve that? Because I feel you don't get anything you don't deserve. You track what you put out. So if you're a narcissistic, toxic person who's always complaining and all that, that's the kind of, girlfriend or wife you're going to attract in the future. If you are complaining and you're not putting in the work, you're not putting the effort, you're not going to attract the business success that you want. So I feel like you have to keep working to deserve the kind of life and in all aspects of life that you want.
So yeah, like it's your outside that matches your inside is what I always say.
I
And
like that.
Yeah, and like you don't attract what you want, but you attract what you are.
Exactly. And that's why I was just reading The Secret. I read about 40 pages of that today. Have you read it before?
I have not, but I pretty much know what the book is about.
I just finished the main first section, and then I finished the money section and then the relationship section. And it was talking about how you can't really it's in a relationship sense, but it can apply to all aspects of life. You can't love somebody fully until you love yourself fully. And you can't provide the love for someone else until your cup overflows. So once you fully love yourself and appreciate yourself and have this positive self-talk, then you can attract the person who's going to do that with you. So it's almost like it's in a relationship standpoint, it's like that. Or in business standpoint, once you handle the internal, you have the discipline, the work ethic, and all that. That's when you're going to start attracting the business coming towards you, and the money and the wealth is going to come towards you. Once you keep getting the discipline for working out and the diet and the sleep, that's when the physical results are going to start coming to you.
I love that. Yeah, like what you're saying about like relationships, like your partner is literally like a reflection of you, like who you attract. Like I've noticed that like whatever partner that I have, like I used to in college, like I would have like a few partners, but like it was always like casual, but like that doesn't mean like I didn't like love them any less. But like it's just that like every single partner that I attracted at that time, it was crazy to think like in hindsight after every relationship, I was like wow, that person was literally like just like me in like whatever like way I was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like they literally were me except like a female version pretty much. And like you notice that like every single time like you get into like a new like relationship or whatever, you just notice that they're literally just you. Like like if they're like passionate about something and like they're like doing stuff and they're ambitious and whatever, it's usually a reflection of you at that time. But if they're like insecure and like controlling and like kind of like needy, like you're kind of like the same way as well, like during that time as well.
And then that's why people outgrow each other too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with that.
But yeah, it's sad. But I mean, I recently got out of a relationship recently, with like one of my close relationships. But like, yeah, like you literally just outgrow each other. Like, I think I was seeing her like before I was doing like entrepreneurship and everything, and like while I was doing it, like you definitely do just grow apart. And it's really sad when it ends. Like I'm sure you like have been through a bad breakup or whatever, but like like but you realize that like like you just like keep on fucking working on yourself and improving yourself, and you'll find a better partner.
Yeah, and I saw this tweet, I want to say it was about 2 months ago. And it was talking about how if you have a girlfriend before you start your entrepreneurship journey, you're probably gonna break up with her. And honestly, it can kind of be true, because if you think about it, you don't have those expectations laid out in the beginning of what you're doing, your work ethic, your discipline. You at first you're like fully available, but then it's almost like you're cheating. You have something else come into the relationship. It's your business. That's your other baby right there. And if you don't have those expectations laid out from the start, it's hard to develop them later on, because entrepreneurship is almost like a second girlfriend in a way, and you need to dedicate equal amount of time, if not more time.
A lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
And it's hard for some people to handle. And so I feel like you need to set, if you have a business right now and you're looking for a relationship, you need to set those ground rules out in the beginning. Like, hey, I'm sorry, but this is what's going to happen. I'm going to be working a crap ton on this. But I'm going to fully commit myself to that. And when I'm with you, I'm going to fully commit myself to you. And I feel like that's what people are probably going to start struggling with once they get on their journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think, like I remember this one time, I think me and the girl I was seeing, like we went out, we went somewhere for like a week or something. And I was, it was really bad because I was really just working the entire time. I was like so focused on work during that week because I was in like a new environment. And I was using the
Yeah.
leverage of like new environmental exposure and I had no distractions because like I think it was like a hurricane, so I had no school from college, so I had no
Oh,
college work to
jeez.
worry about that week, And I literally just worked all day, and then I think that was like the beginning of the end when she realized that like you know it was kind of like, oh, this guy's just gonna be working and the whole time because
Yeah.
I'll be sleeping at like 3-4 a.m. Like every single day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to like go into we've like been talking for like an hour, so I kind of like want to wrap it up. But
Okay.
like what are like some of the resources and mentors like your most like top few that like people
Mhm.
can go to and like learn from?
So the people that personally played the biggest role in my life, just from that I actually know that I've actually interacted with, my brother-in-law for one. He's just helped me turn to just a better young man, just a better person, socially, my relationships with my faith and all that. He's just helped transform me into a better person. Um, Trent Robertson, I gotta plug him. I mean, if you guys don't follow him on Instagram at the Trent Robertson. Um, I think I started following him on Instagram, I would say like last August, maybe. And since then, like I had him on my podcast. I've talked to him multiple times on the phone, and the guy has played such a big role in who I am today that he has no clue. And I really hope he listens to this. And he has a goal to end like later on in his life to become the president of the United States. I wholeheartedly believe he can do that. I mean, the dude has such a big heart for helping people, and also just amazing at sales and business at the same time. So he's great. Other than that, the people there aren't really too many people that I know personally that have played such a huge role.
I mean, it doesn't
Um,
have to be you personally.
yeah,
It does. It just be like people that can like people that people can check out online or something like
I
you know.
I'd say the biggest ones that have helped like transform my mindset have been I got to be Andy Frisella and Ed Milet. Those are the two people I look up to the most, and Ed Milet's one that I just want to emulate with who I am because he kind of has the life that I dream of. I think of him. He's kind of like what I picture an older me kind of being like. So Ed Milet, Andy Frisella, um, those have got to be the two biggest ones, and then other than that, just like resources. I mean, their podcasts, uh, books. I mean, Think and Grow Rich is a great one. How to Win Friends and Influence People. And those are kind of stereotypical ones. The Secret's really good. I'm reading that right now. Um, Be Obsessed or Be Average. I think that's got to be one of my favorite books right there.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Actually, no, I got one more. For you. Outwitting the Devil. If you don't read any of those other books, read this book. It's about Napoleon Hill, the guy who wrote Think and Grow Rich. He has an interview and sits down with the devil, actually talks to him about basically what the devil does, how he does it. And basically the devil talks about how he manifests himself in people through fear and stagnancy and complacency and doubt and all that, and how really just getting rid of those helps you build such a better life. That is hands down the best book I've ever read.
Yeah, I liked that one. That was a good one. Yeah.
Amazing book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I read that my sophomore year of college. Yeah, or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was a good one.
It's a great book.
Yeah. Okay. So for the last thing, like what is a short like 20-30 second piece of wisdom that if it was like your last like 20-30 seconds, what would you say to like all the people out there?
Shoot, you put me on the spot. Okay.
Yeah, man.
You have one life you're gonna live. I know there's various faiths where they believe maybe reincarnation, or with my faith, I believe in heaven, or some people don't have faith. Like regardless. So you as who you are right now, regardless of what faith or denomination you are, you have one life as who you are right now. Don't waste it. Max out every single portion of your life you can. Max out how much money you can make, because that's going to provide you with so many more resources than if you're making minimum wage. Max out your relationships. Treasure the memories you have with your friends and your family and everybody you meet. Make sure, like, tell the people you care about that you love them. Tell them that you care about them, and don't let that go unnoticed. Max out your health and your fitness so you can maximize the amount of time that you're here on Earth, and also have a better time. Be able to do more things. Maximize every single part of your life and be as happy as you can. And that's the most important one. I mean, if you have a fat bank account and big muscles, but you're not happy, and what's the point of it? Do as much as you can, max out everything, max out that happiness.
Like that. Yeah, I've seen that to be a common trend with like entrepreneurs I talk to. And it's like, you got one life, bro. Fucking crush it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
was it Gary Vee said,
yeah.
someone asked for 3 motivational words and he said, "You're going to die."
Oh yeah.
Get to
That's
it.
a good one. Yeah, that's seriously. Like, yeah, like we don't fucking know what happens. Like when that, I mean, like no matter what you believe in, like, you know, I take it as I have one life. Like I literally have no idea. And I feel like a lot of people, like, I mean, actually everyone, you don't know what fucking happens when you die. Like whether you believe in God or whatever. Like maybe you go to heaven or hell or wherever, but like, you know, like you don't know 100% for certain. You just have faith that that's what happens.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And
So,
you also don't know for certain what's going to happen tomorrow. I can get hit by a bus tomorrow. I don't know.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I want
exactly.
to know, I want to make sure that no matter when I die, I'm like, everything's squared up.
Like I tell people like to live a life where if you die today, like you wouldn't regret anything. You know?
Yeah. I'm at the point where I don't 100% fear dying. And I kind of, not going to lie, I did kind of steal this quote from my friend Adam. He told me this at an event I met him at. And we talked about how you shouldn't fear dying because it's going to happen. 100% you're going to die. You should fear dying without any accomplishments. You should fear dying you should fear dying full of regret. Make sure you just don't have any regret, and then you have nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Live the life you want to live. And I feel like if you don't, how am I trying to word this? If you don't have any regrets, you have nothing to worry about. Because I feel the way I think of it, everybody has their own philosophy. I think of it as if everything in the world's already planned out. Like if I pick up my AirPod case right now, it was already planned that I was going to do that. And I'm just going along to make sure I go along with the plan as best I can. And if I die next week or tomorrow, it was planned for that to already happen. But if I just don't have any regrets at that time and I'm happy, that's the way it's meant to be. And I'm okay with that.
Interesting. Yeah, like it's just like live a life with like no regrets. Like I always like, I mean, I already feel like an old soul at like fucking, even though I'm like still relatively young, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel you.
And like I take every day as like a bonus, man. Like if I died right now, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, like I'd be like, like, it doesn't matter. Like you're just here on this fucking like spinning fucking earth for a period of time, and then you're just gone. So like, just like fucking just have fun, live life, man. Anyways, yeah. I mean, do you want to like go into something?
I was gonna say just on the regret thing, like say you were gonna die tomorrow, and there's a cute girl over there you want to talk to. Would you regret if you didn't talk to her? You probably regret it. You die tomorrow, you don't get to talk to her ever again. Full send it right now, so then you don't have regrets if something like that happens.
I like that.
That's just how I want to finish off.
Nice. Yeah, like I used to be like shy to like go up to girls and like talk to them, but like dude, honestly, like you only ever think about it if you don't do it. Like if you do it and like they reject you, you don't even think about it for like you're not gonna spend the whole day be like, oh my god, like that girl rejected me, blah blah. You know?
It's the same for anything too. It's the same if you're gonna call a business. It's the same if you're gonna shoot, dude. If I'm doing bench press and I have one more set and I want to go heavy and I do it and I fail, I'm like, okay, screw it, I didn't get it. But then if I'm like, it's okay, I did enough, that's gonna haunt me for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you only regret the things you didn't do.
The only way to guarantee failure is not doing it.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, one of my favorite quotes was, "You miss out 100% of the shots you don't take."
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was by Wayne Gretzky. I think.
Yeah. Funny story about that. I was actually just thinking. I was just brainstorming it today, and I thought that'd be a great product. If it was a shot glass that said that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude. I bet there might already be one, but if you could do that, yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, like
You're welcome to whoever takes
like
that.
an entrepreneurship shot glass.
Yeah, you're welcome to whoever takes that idea.
But like that's so true though. Whether it's like going up to a girl and saying hi or like starting a business or whatever, like even if there's only a 1% chance of succeeding with that, of getting with that girl or that business or whatever, that's still better than 0%. Like
100%.
Like I
1% chance for 0% chance.
Yeah, man. Anyways, where can like people check you out, man?
So you can follow me. Well, pretty much my main platform is Instagram. I'm not really too much on any other platforms right now. Just add Jjcdoerksen. So Jjcdoerksen. That's basically where I'm at. I answer pretty much almost all my DMs. Also, you can check out my podcast if you want. I haven't been too active on there lately. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all the other platforms. The Journey to Success podcast.
Okay, dope. Yeah. So this is it. So thank you so much for coming on, man.
Sure, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right, man. Have a good night.
Take it easy, bro.
All right, peace.
If you got any value from this, please leave a review, subscribe, or share it on social media. Love y'all. Till next time. Peace.
This is the Gem Podcast. And this is Gav Kwok.